In this tutorial, I'm going to show you visually how a Witty widget works and how it relates to a Witty application. So if you have a Witty widget and you're trying to understand how does it look visually, how can I understand how it works in the Witty library? Basically, you have like a box, and you can think of it as a tree. When you're talking about the Witty application, it has a container widget, a Witty container widget called root. And what does every tree have? It has a root. You start from the bottom and then you work your way up. In our example, we're going to start from the top and work our way to the bottom. So think of this box as the root of your widget hierarchy. And as you can see, it has a branch. So going forward, we have a Witty container widget called root. And now the next thing we want to do is we want to add some widgets to our tree. So as you can see, we have the root starting right here and its branch, and then we have 5 nodes or 5 branches, and these are also widgets that we want to add. The first one we have will be the Witty text, and this example is based off of the Hello World program. And then after you have the Witty text, you want to add a line edit. Now the Witty text will have like a greeting, and then you have the Witty line edit, which is your text box, and we call it text name. Then the next control, or the next widget in the tree, is a widget push button, and we call it button greeting. And then after that, we create a HTML break, which in this case is a Witty break widget, and it has no name, but it's been added to our tree. And then the last one is your Witty text, and we call it response. So as you can see, basically you have your root, and then you have each of your branches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they've been added to our widget hierarchy. Then if you look at the button greet, it has a clicked signal which generates events, and you can also think of it as kind of like a hierarchy. We need to add a slot to it, and it is called Hello World, and we have a slot called greet that is part of the Hello World class. So you can also think of that as a hierarchy, and you can add more than one of these. And then going back to our example, that's basically a complete example of the Hello World program using the Witty library. Now let's look at it from a different point of view. Let's just say this is the finished product or project, and think of it as you have your title, which is part of the Witty application class. And then you have your Witty text, which is a greeting, your line edit, your push button, and then you have a Witty break, and then you have your Witty text that displays your response. So let's break it down. Just say you start with a blank slate, you have your Witty application with your title, and this is the Witty application and its root container, which is a blank slate. And for each one of these that we want to program, we add our Witty text, and then we add a text box or a Witty line edit, and then we add a Witty push button, and then after that we want to create a new break, an HTML break, and then after that we want to add a final widget called Witty text, and that is our response. So that's basically how you lay out a basic application, the Hello World application using the Witty library. Just you'll get the hang of it. Just think of it like this visually. You add one widget after another, then you do a break, and then you do the next control that you want to use, and in this case the response, which is of type Witty text. So that's basically how you lay out a Witty application. You'll see more examples of this as we go along. I think this will really help people to understand how you would lay a application out without just looking at just C++ code. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Have a good day.